going through his phone and stuff is showing a lack of trust. And like you just said, hey, I'm really out here trying to be a good dude. Like, I know a lot of dudes who aren't doing the right thing. Why are you putting me in the category with these dudes? And it's like, okay, to me, guys feel like, okay, at a certain point, well, I'm gonna do it then. Since she's not gonna trust me and thinks I'm doing it anyway, I might as well. Hi everyone, welcome back to my comfy couch.
What's up, y'all?
You know Charlie from upcoming Charlie's Corner.
Yes, I'm back.
Listen, today we're going to talk about Jonathan Majors.
Oh boy.
Exactly. So you know what's going on now with Jonathan Majors.
I do.
So he is the one who plays the antagonist in Creed 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has the Ant-Man movie out now where he's
also the antagonist in the Ant-Man movie.
Exactly, right? So recently you heard that it looks like some charges were pressed against him from some woman, I don't know if he was dating, that the police were called and they said he strangled a girl and all kinds of stuff because it looks like she tried to take his phone, like he had some messages in his phone or something she was trying to get to. So that made me think about the topic of, because that's such a big thing, kind of women and sometimes men going through their significant other's phone. So let's talk about privacy, right, in this whole thing. So is it ever okay for a woman and or man to go through somebody's phone?
Negative.
Never?
Nah. It's privacy. Like it's privacy, meaning it is private. If the messages or whatever wasn't meant to go to you, then leave it alone. It's not your business. Don't go through anybody's phone. Don't go through nobody's computer. Don't go to nobody's closet, drawer. Don't go through nobody's wallet. That's grounds for termination.
Termination, really?
Termination. Yeah.
How's the wallet different from the others?
And I got cards in there. I got money in there. Like, just all kinds of, coupons. $5 off at the booty club.
Wow.
Now my coupon gone. I'm joking.
But I really wanted to talk about this too because I feel like a lot of times female would do this kind of thing. So I wanted to talk about it too because I don't know if females are seeing it the way that men are seeing it. Because from our perspective, to me, it's like, okay, sometimes you're just trying to check to make sure the guy's on the up and up. I mean, I've done that, especially when I just met a guy. I might, do the little drive by or, check just to make sure he's on the up and up. Or sometimes if something feels off about the guy, maybe she's trying to look further. But in her mind, I'm thinking a lot of times it's like, okay, well, if you don't have anything to hide, what the problem is. Because sometimes we'll be fine with you going through our phone and won't feel like, okay, we don't have anything to hide. It's like, if you don't have anything to hide, what the problem is. So why is it such an issue? If you're being faithful, like, why can't the girl look, just take a little peek?
Because you should trust me and take my word for it if you love me. Listen, it's not that. I know for me personally, it's not that it's necessarily something to hide. It's just, again, like it's privacy. Like it's that respect. I feel like if a man or a woman is doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, it's gonna come to light anyway. Mm-hmm. I feel like you shouldn't be going through somebody's things to find out anything because, like, why? If you have these feelings for this person, you want to be with that person, then I feel like you shouldn't have to do that. And again, if they're not doing no good, it's going to come to light anyway. There was no need to go through anybody's things like that.
Oof. Okay, so one time on the show I said I had really asked some guys around and said, what sounds better to you coming from a woman? I love you or I trust you? And all the guys said, I trust you. And I don't think women understand that because we think love is so much to us. If a guy says, I love you, that definitely means more than I trust you. But it seems like trust to men is so huge. And I don't know if us women, like, we really understand that. Like, the fact that we go through your phone and stuff is like, kind of like, does it feel like a betrayal to you guys? What's the sentiment? Like, when you feel like a woman doesn't trust you, does that seem like a personal attack to you? Like, why is it so deep when you feel like a woman doesn't trust you?
One of the things I can say is I think it's because, we hear the stories about how guys are just not good, just not trustworthy. Mm-hmm. So it's like when we come along and we are, being a good guy or whatever, we are like, doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then no matter what we say or what we do, you still don't believe us and you still got to try to check these little things and go through this. That's like really annoying. So I definitely agree with like the fellas that like trust, I love yous are great, but that trust yous are greater.
Ooh, see that? Ladies, pay attention now. So going through his phone and stuff is showing a lack of trust. And like you just said, hey, I'm really out here trying to be a good dude. Like I know a lot of dudes who aren't doing the right thing. Why are you putting me in the category with these dudes? And it's like, okay, to me, guys feel like, okay, at a certain point, well, I'm gonna do it then. Since she's not gonna trust me and thinks I'm doing it anyway, I might as well. Do you think?
Yeah, some dudes are on that. Listen, I am not Tyrone, but if you want me to act like Tyrone, then hey, like if you're gonna keep accusing me for doing all these things, then hey, some dudes are of the mindset that hey, if you're gonna keep accusing me, then I'm gonna go out and do something
Yeah, because I'm
because
getting blamed for it and penalized for it anyway.
exactly, I'm just coming home trying to relax, and here you go fussing about something that I did or didn't do. So why would I sit home and like deal with that? Now I'm gonna go out and find somebody else to chill with or, what have you.
So, sometimes I find that guys do kind of do something sometimes that make women kind of feel uncomfortable, like how close they might be with some of their exes
True.
or, some of their interaction with women. So, that kind of makes us feel uncomfortable. So, my question is if a woman is feeling like, hey, I. I had a thought like I kind of want to check your phone because of X, Y, and Z. Is there a way a woman could bring that up to a guy and say, "Hey, I'm feeling this way. Can I see this for validation?" Or should the conversation be more, hey, I don't feel comfortable? Like, should she just have the conversation about what's really bothering her instead of doing this? What's the alternative is my question.
I don't think any man is just gonna be like, oh yeah, here, baby, here's the phone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that you do. You have some guys that'll like, you want to see it, like here you go. But I think most men would kind of be like, nah, like why you want to see that, or why do you want to look through this, or um, yeah, I don't see most men doing that.
So
I'm
it's
sure.
not a red flag if a guy isn't like, here, look away, I have nothing to hide.
I don't think that's necessarily a red flag, Because why
No.
would you want somebody like going through your thing? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
So if she does have that feeling, do you guys feel offended if she's like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with your relationship with your ex, and I see you texting sometimes, it makes me feel like you guys are talking. Are you guys okay with her bringing up, the subject to kind of come to a resolution without feeling like she's attacking you? You know what I mean?
Yes,
And not feeling trustworthy. Like, is that a better approach, you think?
that is a much better approach, and
Yeah.
I completely understand that 100%. Current girlfriend, you got like 10 exes that you're still close with. You texting them around the clock or talking to them or whatever. That is definitely something that I totally understand that. Somebody that's been through that myself, because I have like two exes that I'm still cool with. We like the same football team, so me and one of them like hey, here's an update on this, like oh my god, like they just signed so and so. That is like 90% of the conversation, and the other 10 is like Pokemon. So you know, then the other one is kind of like we've been friends for like damn near 20 years, so it's like every once in a blue moon is like, hey, how you doing? Like, how's your brothers? Like, how's your mom? And that's pretty much the end of it.
So if you're dating someone, you're okay with kind of going through, hey, these are the exes I'm talking to still, but this is, explaining it. Because, some men are just like, hey, you shouldn't be jealous, just trust me, and that's it. But you're open to having that conversation with her so she has a level of comfort. And it seems like you're also open to setting boundaries with those people.
Definitely, that's what I was gonna say next. Definitely
Yeah.
setting boundaries, and you have to have that conversation. If that's the woman that I'm committed to right now, then I should be like having these conversations with her, and should definitely be setting these boundaries because at the end of the day, you know, those are exes or whatever. Like this is my girl now, so want to make her feel good, want to make her feel comfortable, and at the same time being open and honest about what is going on, and like you said, finding a resolution and solving everything like then and there.
Yes, I think that's great because we see, this what happened with Jonathan is so, easy to happen, and shit can escalate so fast.
Absolutely.
So it could easily go from like, hey, is she texting you? Trying to get the phone into some kind of tassel, somebody get hit by accident, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's this big thing now. This guy's career is like really in jeopardy at this point.
Yeah.
So I want to say all this kind of preventative stuff. But another thing I wanted to mention was sometimes women are like, well, every guy I've dated, or many of the guys I've dated, have cheated on me, or I know so many females, and it's like cheating is such a common occurrence I'm hearing about. I just want to protect myself. But what I want to say to women is, if you keep ending up with cheaters, maybe you need to pick differently. I think that's a thing. People don't sit back and think, hey, if I keep getting the same results, why am I still getting these results? Maybe I need to switch something up. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. I know someone, a friend of mine, um, and she would always complain about these guys, these like scumbags that she was dealing with. But it was all these dudes that she knew in the hood, you know. All these dudes they're like carbon copies. They were the same. So I would tell her like, hey, want to try to branch out, like try to talk to somebody different, on a different
Yes.
level. Oh, that's not what I'm used to. I'm not used to guys like that. These are the type of men that I'm used to. So it's like, if you go diving in the dumpster, you're gonna come up with garbage.
Ah!
So,
Come on now.
you gotta change it up. And I know it's hard, it's difficult to change,
Of course.
but you do have to change it up. Try something a little bit different. Who knows what'll happen?
Exactly. You want different, what they say, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
So switch it up, ladies. It's not, there are still good men out here. I'm going to say that. On the record, there are still good men that are going to be good to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to switch it up and find someone different. A lot of times, the highly desirable men, if you want to be honest, a lot of times, that might be challenging when you can have any woman you want and like choosing to be with one. That might be more challenging. So if you're always going after guys that are highly sought after, that might be an issue. You might want to, switch up. I know people don't want to hear that because all it sounds like is settling.
Yeah, yeah, ladies, if you're the type of woman that you have to go after high value men or men that make, six figures, seven figures, those men understand that they're a hot commodity. So a lot of the times those men are gonna entertain multiple women. Listen, if that's what you're into, I don't know many men that are high caliber like that, and it's just gonna pick one. If that is the case, you might as well go like, find old Robert that worked down there at the Wendy's. He gonna be loyal to you, gonna rub your feet, and get them cheese fries. But if you're looking for those like, you go after those high quality men, or those dudes know what's up.
Oh.
And you gotta think about how many women are coming after those dudes. It's hard. Um,
Yeah.
it's hard, yeah.
And I feel, and again, it's not only downing the women and being on the women, because I dated a guy who was like that. And it's like, no matter what I did, if I said I was at Walmart and he confirmed I was at Walmart, it just didn't matter. He was always, not trusting what I was doing. So I think I got to the point where I was like, look, this shit is not going to work.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could say. There's absolutely nothing I can do that's going to make you trust me. So I just stopped, going back to him. But, I think there has to come a point where you're like, okay, look, this is a big trust issue, and this shit is not going to change. I can't get over it, or this person cannot, and it might be time to move on before it gets to this level where police may be called and some altercation or something really serious happens. Sometimes you have to know when to call it quits, I think.
I was with a woman once, and she was very accusatory. Just everything I did, she had an issue with. Hey, I'm going down the street, go to get a snack run. Oh, you're going to meet somebody. I'm going to Walmart. Oh, that means you're going to do something. You're going to have sex or do whatever. So I remember one time, she's blowing my phone up. I'm at Walmart. So I'm a bit of a goofball. So I grabbed one of the Walmart associates. It just happened to be a female. I don't know how I
Oh,
did this. So I was
Lord.
like, hey, I'm trying to show somebody, trying to prove to somebody that I'm at Walmart.
Oh,
So,
Lord, have
got the
mercy.
phone out. Bam. Sent the girl a picture. oh, I bet you had sex with her, didn't you? I'm like, in the middle of Walmart. So,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's,
God.
if you get to that kind of point where you feel like you can't trust somebody, like if they go down the street or around the corner, it's like you got an issue, but they're doing something that ain't no good. It's time to go.
Okay. Like one time I was meeting up with one of my friends that I went to high school with, and I hadn't seen this guy in like 10 years, over 10 years. And he was telling me we were catching up and stuff, and he was telling me about his ex girlfriend. I mean, sorry, his current girlfriend, who was really, jealous and stuff like that. So we're talking because we were supposed to meet at the beach. So we met at a common spot at a gas station, so we both knew where we were, so we can then go to the beach. So while we're chatting it up and stuff, he's like, "Oh, there she go." I'm like, "What do you mean?" So she pulls up in the pump next to us. So apparently she had her cousin bring her here to this gas station and put a damn tracker in the dude car.
Oh nah.
So so that's how she knew where he was. And she's like, she came out the car yelling like, "Did you tell me you were going out with Nicole? I'm here making dinner for you, and you out here a whole scene in the damn gas station." And I'm like, no, these people have been together, I think maybe like 9 years or something.
Wow.
But I'm like, how long are people are dealing with this shit for so many years? I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine it.
A tracker. You know who uses trackers? Batman uses trackers. I'm not trying to get with no woman that's putting trackers in the car. I knew someone that was going through that. A guy was dealing with this lady. She had his phone bugged. She had his car track. She would like leave work early, like so she knew he got off of work at 5. She would leave at 4:30. She would get off of work at 4:30.
So she could watch him pull out?
Yeah. I know she told me this story one time. She said she got home early. She left work early. She was the manager, mind you, had all this paper. "Hey, Charlie, like I'm leaving. You do the paperwork." I'm like, "What?" So she left. She went. She said she parked her car 2 blocks down the street, ran home, and went and hid under the bed
Oh
to listen to when he got home to see who he was talking to on the phone and if he was gonna have somebody coming over. She said he found her under the bed. I don't know how he found her. I don't know if he saw her feet or she made a noise, but she didn't say what happened after that. But I can imagine that whatever transpired after that wasn't good. So.
See, and the thing is that I know in a lot of these cases people have kids with the person, right?
Yep.
So they'll yeah, and same thing. He had a kid with her. So and he didn't want to be one of those fathers that wasn't there for the kid because he already had another kid and felt bad he wasn't in that kid's life. So it's like I know it's really sensitive when you have a kid, but damn, how much how much of this can someone take before again it gets really serious and dangerous?
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord have
And
mercy.
it's not good for the children. Like it's not good for the children to grow up around that because then that's gonna trickle down into the children and they're gonna grow up doing the same thing.
Yeah, thinking that's normacy, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Ooh, that's so scary.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of privacy, let's go into the conversation even further in terms of money.
Okay.
And
Right.
so we just talk about the phone. So now let's talk about things like the PIN number, right? Somebody's got now are we talking dating or are we talking about marriage? Let's dating?
That's your wife is different.
Yeah, that's what okay, should we do serious relationship or should we talk about marriage in terms of privacy?
Listen, we could start from the bottom up. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
Somebody that I'm talking to or dating. "Hey babe, what's your PIN number?" Negative. Nah. Serious girlfriend. Okay. Maybe. Like,
Maybe.
all right, like, here's the card. You running into the 7-Eleven, get me a drink. PIN number is da 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 da.
Okay.
Wife, okay.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
Right. Okay, so yeah. So in terms of the bank accounts and all that. So you think if you're in a serious relationship, maybe, and people I think again need to have these kind of conversations, like at different points in the relationship, or even when you first meet someone, like what level of privacy are you comfortable with? Because people may have different thoughts. People might feel like, hey, they're entitled to this person's information
Mm-hmm.
because, they're in this committed relationship, and people value privacy different. And it doesn't mean that they don't like you, they don't love you, they don't trust you. It's just, they want to have that privacy. So what about social media accounts? Like, that's another way we snoop. Do you think if you're in a committed relationship that she should have access to your social media?
Boy, social media is like,
Ooh, that's even to me. That's even worse than the phone nowadays.
yeah. Listen,
Because that
social
shit you
media.
can't trace too much,
You
like on
know
the
what I'm
phone.
saying?
Yeah.
Listen, social media is pretty much. If you have an active social media, that shit is pretty much the devil. You know, social media is the destroyer of relationships. Social media is undefeated. Yeah, oh man. Like, what are you doing on your social media? It's like something you just connected with your friends. Then that's fine. I don't like that either. Like, I don't know,
Like
you be
what?
prying around like my Facebook or
Yeah.
going through my
So,
DMs. But if it's one of them things where like you liking a bunch of IG models and you messaging all these girls, Facebook dating, and you're talking to all these different women, or vice versa, like you're talking to all these dudes. You're entertaining dudes in the DM, like, hey baby, you cute, and oh thank you, like,
yeah.
you know,
Oof.
you're not curving these dudes, like, yeah, like social media is a no-no as well. Like, I don't really.
Like you don't think that that partner should be have access to each other's social media?
Nah. Nah.
But it's these kinds of conversations you need to have. And like we talked about again, boundaries, establishing boundaries. Like maybe you can speak to someone that you're dating or you just met, like, hey, what level are you comfortable with? And if you do see something that you're not happy with, that you might want to bring it up. Like you said, if you see a guy keeps liking, sexy pictures of your friends
There you go.
and
Exactly.
other things, you're like, but wait, you know what I mean? Because that's another thing I noticed too. A lot of guys like may not post their women on their social media, but she will always be posting shit with him. And social media is such a tricky one.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're stalking a dude page or anything, but it's like certain shit bothers you.
Absolutely.
So how can women have a conversation with a guy about what level of comfort they may have with the social media? Do you guys check the woman's social media and care about hers like we do?
You know what? I can't say that I ever have. I
No?
can't.
Okay.
I'm not on my girls like social media. At all. It's funny. An ex that I had, she would always post pictures of us like together out doing something. Like, me and Charlie were here today, or me and Charlie were going there.
Tag,
Or,
tag.
yeah, there we go. Tag. I keep up with the kids. Yeah, would always tag me in like in all these things, or hashtagging something. I would never go onto her social media. So people would always tell me like, hey, like this girl like tag you in this, and I'd be like, what's going on? Like, what you talking about? Because I just didn't care to be on her social media that much. I didn't tag. It's rare if I put a picture of somebody or what I'm doing, or it's because people be in your business. Like, oh man, who is that? Like, it don't matter. Oh man, I see you out hugged up with this girl. You posted date night. You posted that you're at the movies and dinners. Who is she? Like, who you think she is, bro? Like, why would you ask me that?
Oh,
Like, so people are just. I
yes.
don't feel the need to. I don't like having to explain, or I don't feel like being bothered or anything like that. So it's not that I don't, you know, not want to share my girl or anything. It's just I don't keep people out of your business. Like, I remember I posted a picture one time, of a girl that I was with. We went to a wedding. Um, and I just posted a picture of me and her at the wedding, and people went berserk. Like, just, oh man, like, you married? Like, oh man, who's that? Like, yeah. So I'm good. I'm good with all that.
Because that's the thing too. It's again communication. Because some people are so much into their social media. So if you don't post them, you don't tag them, they feel like, oh well, is he ashamed of me? Like, is he trying to be slick with it? Is he trying to do things undercover? And it's just because You're not like that. And I'm not like that. Like, I'm not going to be posting things all the time. So it's really understanding that person too before you jump into, conclusions.
That is another thing. Just how we said earlier, just like if you're going to be friends with an ex or whatever, set those boundaries. Have to set boundaries at social media as well.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to have all your business posted out, you don't want to be tagged in everywhere that you go, you don't want to have 100 pictures you blasted everywhere, or if you're liking certain things, that is a conversation you need to have as well. Just setting those boundaries.
Do you think that's a red flag? Because, I kind of feel like that sometimes when I notice someone is even freaking married and is liking all these really seductive pictures from women he doesn't necessarily know. But I just feel like that is so disrespectful, like from a guy's perspective. What do you think?
I can see where you're coming from. I can see your point of view, why you feel that way. But at the same time, though, there's a guy that's out in public every day. So he's seeing the booty walk by at the mall, at the grocery store. Listen, Publix on a Saturday is the spot.
Ooh!
So, you're going to see it. You're going to look at it. You just don't know
that he's doing it. But to freaking like it on there, like, damn.
Yeah, so I can see, why you feel that way about social media. But even if you talk about that, you be like, all right, baby, I ain't gonna like nothing else on social media. He looking at the booty at Publix.
Right.
He looking at them girls walk by at Walmart. It's just what we do. It's like a thing what we do as men. We're visual.
Yes.
So if you see somebody cute, like, we're gonna look at them, like. And I don't think that's a red flag. It's just being a man. Like, it is what it is. As long as you don't act on it. Hey, she walk by, you do one of these and you go back to push your shopping cart.
But to like the picture, to me, it's like, why are you liking the girl picture? It's like, you want her to know that you saw her, what she did, like, why would a guy do that?
Are we talking about...
Like, if this girl posts a seductive picture, okay, and you click the like on it, it's not that you scroll past it and admire the picture, but it's like you went the extra step to like it. Some people go the extra step to leave comments under that shit. Like, why?
All right, so
if you're with somebody...
Are we talking about, like, a model that has, like, 75,000 men liked her picture and I'm just one of, them? Or is it like, Tay that I went to school with and she got, like, 5 likes and she posts a little booty pic turned around and I'm liking that and I'm like, damn, girl, like, are we talking that?
It don't matter. If there's some cheeks out, very seductive cheeks out, twerk video, whatever the hell it is, something that's extremely seductive, I don't care who it is. Like, why would a guy like and then further engage in the comments?
All right, so I could say I don't comment. But every once in a while, if I'm just like bored and I got my phone out, like I'll just, I just like going to a liking frenzy. I'm not fantasizing about this girl, or I could care less. It's just, it's a nice pic. I liked it, and then I'm gone. I do think commenting and trying to holler at these girls and all that stuff, I think that's a little bit, that's out of control. But, I don't know. I don't think that's a...
Oh, okay. Like, so vice versa, if we were to go ahead and like the guy where it's showing his print, and, he's always showing his print, and we going around liking the guy, no shirt, very seductive. Y'all okay with that?
You ain't gonna meet him, girl. Go ahead and like this. I don't think
you wouldn't care.
No, I don't think men care. Like, especially Idris Elba posted a pic or whatever. Like, she ain't gonna meet Idris Elba. You're not gonna meet Idris Elba. You're not gonna meet The Rock or or even like the IG model dudes, the thirst trap dudes that be licking their lips and doing all this stuff here. Like, you're not gonna meet them. Like, but if it's Tom that you used to go to school with, and he posting all this thirst trap stuff, then it might be a little different. Like, damn, like I buddy up down the street, like you. Yeah. What's going on?
Listen, I want to hear what y'all think. Okay, so when you watching this video, leave your comments because I want to know what you think, both male and female.
All right.
So
Let us
again,
know.
so again, overall, again, just wanted to have the conversation about privacy and trust. And it looks like a big part of it is communication and understanding your partner, right?
Yeah.
If you feel a certain way or you know you're a certain way, having those conversations, hey, you know, what is your level of comfort in this arena, in this arena, in this arena?
Yeah.
And if you feel something comes up, hey, I feel a certain way about it. But I mean, and sometimes as women, you know, we got to choose our battles, right? I feel too many times we nitpicking on a dude, so he's already further annoyed by us. You know, we can't be stalking the guy, you know, page and everything he does. Like, hey, I saw you do this, I saw you do that. You know what I mean? So there has to be a level of trust there.
Absolutely.
You know, that baseline trust. And if you feel, hey, I cannot trust this person, I've tried, then you either need to look within yourself to see if you've got issues with trust, or to see if it's the kind of men that you're always choosing that you have to question if they're trustworthy or not.
Yeah. Ladies, y'all have like this Disney-esque fantasy that, you know, the man that you meet is going to be perfect and that you can have it all. Unfortunately, life don't work that way. You cannot have it all. Like, it's not going to be 100% perfect. You got to deal with his flaws. Like, get some stuff about you he don't like. You know, just, you know, we men, we're not as vocal, like, because we know what's up. Like, we deal with it. Like, I know she going to be on this today, but, you know, that's my girl, so it's all right. You know, I feel like ladies sometimes want men just to be on top of everything. Like, he has to be perfect. You know, in a perfect world, a man will only choose you. He gonna only have tunnel vision towards you. He not gonna like no pictures. He not gonna ever look at no girls when they walk by. Like, other women gonna come and say what's up to him. He gonna say ill cooties. In a perfect world, you know, that happen. I'm sure women want that, but it's not a perfect world. It's gonna happen. That's why I'm heavy on communicating and setting boundaries. And again, like you were saying, you know, like you were saying, Nikki, picking your battles. Everything can't be a fight. Everything can't be a battle. That's that.
Yeah, y'all stay out the news now, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see how you got Jonathan Majors, you
Ooh!
know, box office, $100 million man in 2 movies back to back. He played an antagonist in 2 movies. Now he is an antagonist in real life.
Oh, Lord!
So,
woo!
yes, no, leave that man alone. Like, just
Ooh! Y'all be careful out here.
be very careful.
Thank you so much, Charlie. This was a good convo. I like it.
Definitely, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And thank you all for watching at home. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to tell somebody about the show. And comment, because I'm really interested in finding out how people feel about all this. And we'll see you next time on my...
Hey, before we go, can I shout somebody out?
Go ahead, please do.
I got a friend. Anybody in the Orlando, Kissimmee, Davenport area, please check out Devia's Spa. Full body massages. She is great. Long-time friend of mine. Check your girl out. D, I got you.
Oh, okay, awesome. We do like to support small businesses out here.
Yes, you know, black-owned business. Yeah. Like,
Hey.
Check out.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
Any other announcements?
None.
Okay.
Just look out for Charlie's Corner soon. We are working on that. Gentlemen, we're gonna have these chats that we need to have, these uncomfortable chats. So just hope y'all are ready.
All right. Well, we sure are, because we want to hear what y'all think, okay?
All right.
And we'll see you guys next time on My Comfy Couch.
Later.
Ta-da!